Hello everybody, I'm OCDsaster and it's been a few minutes. I took some time off from making videos because frankly, I had nothing really to talk about. There wasn't really a lot of updates when it comes to Sonic games or movie, TV shows. So I decided, hey, instead of forcing myself to make a nothing burger of a video, let's just kind of settle things down a little bit until we have something to talk about or until I get inspired, which now has happened. For those of you that are new and stumbled across this video, hello, I'm OCDsaster, and this is OCDsaster Blue, my Sonic exclusive channel. Everything we do here is about Sonic, so if that sounds like something your speed, please consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps me out. So, today we're going to be talking a little bit more about Sonic X Shadow Generations, specifically Shadow Generations. You see, a YouTuber that I really like, and I think you definitely should check out his channel if you haven't already. His name is BikuriBox12. He makes phenomenal Sonic videos. He's way better of a Sonic YouTuber than I could ever dream of. He's funny, he's witty, his videos are very in-depth and amazing. And I just watched his new video, which is on, believe it or not, Shadow Generations. For the most part, I agreed with a lot of his points and arguments and was in awe with some of the tech that I didn't even know was possible in this game. However, there was a part that I did not necessarily agree with, and I wanted to talk about it a little bit more here. You see, in his video, BikuriBox was really focused on time and seeing how fast you can complete a level in Shadow Generations, which I think is acceptable. They have times put up on the screen for these Sonic games, and the whole purpose is to go fast. And one of his critiques was the cutscene or cinematic portions of the Shadow levels, in which either Doom comes in and changes everything around and turns stuff into his favorite level of all time, Radical Highway, in which BikuriBox had some arguments about how lazily put together the Radical Highway portions were, which I do agree with. I agree with him there. But I'm talking more so just on the transitions for the stages, such as the DLC for Sonic Movie 3, what takes you from one point of the level to the next and kind of introduces new set pieces and stuff like that. The argument that BikuriBox has is that this takes up too much time and it really drags on a level when you're trying to replay it and get to the end goal as fast as you can. And I don't think he's wrong here. I'm not saying he's wrong at all, actually. I just kind of wanted to talk about, one, why I do like the transitions, and two, a solution I think Sonic Team could really implement in the future Sonic games if they continue to follow this model that they did for Shadow Generations, which I really hope they do. So, let's first talk about why I like these transitions. Not just are they flashy and cool, but they kind of make the level and world you're in feel lived in. It allows you to experience things that you might not normally experience within a Sonic level. And it gives you a second to kind of take a break if you're rushing through and you're reacting very quickly. It gives you a moment of reprieve. However, I know for a fact that if you're speedrunning this, it's just a huge headache to hurdle over. And I have a few solutions for this. I think for the first time playing, it's absolutely fine to have this in there because you're experiencing the game for the first time, you're living in the story, you're trying to see what new things happen, and I think that's absolutely great to have these implemented in these transitions. What I think would be a better thing to do in the future is once you've completed that level, having the option to simply skip over that section, and that could be a simple press of an A button or holding down the A button. However, there's something that you might have already caught on to and might be like, well, actually, I don't know if they can do that, and that's because a lot of these transitions are actually in-engine and a part of the level itself. So it doesn't take you out of the level to put you into a cutscene. It looks like a cutscene, but it's all actually in-engine, if I believe that to be right, and so you can't actually cut or skip that portion. So my second solution to this problem would be actually designing a level twice. I know it's a little bit extra work, but it's not too much extra strain on the development team, I wouldn't think. I'm not a game developer or a game designer, so maybe they don't care enough to have this implemented, but I think it'd be really cool to have a speedrunning mode in the next future Sonic game that has the same sort of Shadow Generations boost formula, in which after you complete a stage, you can go back, but it's kind of altered, so that way you can play it quicker. Where that section that's normally filled in with a transition, it's now just a part of the level, and it either takes you down or up or left or right, whatever they had to do for that, transition in the original story campaign. That would also make it interesting because you could have something new when you try to replay the game. You get rewarded for that, where you have the campaign version of the stage that you can choose from, and then the speed running mode, and then also add in a hard mode if you want to, for goodness sakes. I just think this would be the best way to do it, because I really do like the transitions. I don't want them to take them out just because people are upset that they can't finish the times fast enough. I know Bakuri Box even mentioned like having for the timer, having two separate times, like the time that it takes to complete with the transition, and then a time underneath that could just show you what that time would be if the transition wasn't in there. But I think they could go further. Or they could be typical Sega and Sonic Team and just cut the stage wherever the transition was for the speedrun mode. So you're really going fast because it's almost a completely halved stage. That would be more like Sonic Forces levels of length for these stages, though. You would be coming in at like sub 1 minute, which I don't know if that's as rewarding or as fun versus some of the other ideas that we've mentioned. So yeah, I'm curious what you guys think. Did you like the transitions in Shadow Generations, or did you get annoyed from replaying them and being like, oh my gosh, like this is just taking up so much time? What ideas do you have for this slight problem? I would love to hear your ideas down in the comments below. You guys have some very creative ideas. And yeah, I'm OCDsaster, and I hope you have a super Sonic rest of your day. See ya.